The movie opens in a hospital, where we see Diane, who gave birth prematurely to a daughter, whom she later sees lying in an incubator, surrounded by hospital staff. After 17 years, Khloe, Diane's daughter, is now a teenager, and the two of them live a quiet life. Khloe was partially paralyzed at birth, and has hemochromatosis, asthma, diabetes, and arrhythmia, as a result of her birth conditions. She is homeschooled by her mother, needs a wheelchair, and takes a number of medications every day. One evening, Diane is watching Khloe's childhood video as a memory, but her expressions are not so friendly. The next morning, when Diane arrives back after shopping, Khloe discovers a prescription bottle of green pills with Diane's name on it, while searching through a bag of shopping for chocolate. When Diane gives her medication, she notices the same green pills in it, which she saw earlier, and asks Diane about it. But she diverts the conversation, forcing Khloe to take the medicine anyhow. When Khloe subsequently examines the bottle in the morning, she finds the name of the pill, trigoxin, and discovers that someone has covered the original label with one carrying her name. When Diane brings her medication once more, Khloe hides the green pill under her tongue, and pulls it out when Diane leaves. After that, Khloe secretly tries to use the internet to do some research about trigoxin, but the residence has no internet, as Diane can be seen sitting in the shadows behind her, next to an unplugged router. The following day, Khloe uses her mother's bedroom phone to call a pharmacy, in order to learn about the medicine, but ends the call due to service charges. After that, she calls a random number, and asks the stranger who picks up, to look up the substance. He informs her that the drug is for her heart, and that all images of it depict a tiny red pill, rather than green pills. Khloe asks Diane to take her to the movies. During the movie, Khloe pretends to use the restroom, and dashes to a pharmacy across the street. The pharmacist is their family friend, and tells her that the green tablets are a dog-only tranquilizer called lidocaine. The pharmacist answers Khloe's question about what would happen if a person took the drug, by saying that it may paralyze one's legs. Khloe starts to hyperventilate, when she realizes her mother might be giving her drugs, to make it harder for her to walk. Running in, Diane sneakily sedates her daughter, before escorting her home. While Diane is out running errands, Khloe wakes up in her bed, and discovers her bedroom door locked. After realizing that she has the entire home to herself, Khloe takes a soldering iron, and escapes her room by dragging herself onto the roof. She then proceeds to her mother's bedroom, where she uses that soldering iron and some water to smash the window. She starts having an asthma attack and just about makes it to her room to get her inhaler. To get downstairs, she tries to utilize her motorized wheelchair ramp, but discovers that Diane has severed the power line. She is forced to toss her wheelchair down the stairs and unintentionally falls, suffering minor bruises. She also learns that she can move one of her toes, since she hasn't taken her lidocaine for a few days. Meanwhile, Diane is driving back to home. Khloe notices a mail truck driving down the street, and hurries to stop it. She informs the postal worker, Tom, about her predicament, and he offers to help. Diane pulls up after noticing Khloe on the road, and asks about her, but Diane is reprimanded by Tom for trying to take Khloe home. Khloe requests Tom that he call the police, instead of going to the hospital. As the van is being closed to take Khloe to the police station, Diane shows up and stabs him with a sedative injection. Khloe also passes out, and when she wakes up, she finds her wheelchair fastened to a steel pole, in the basement of her home. Diane is taking care of Tom's dead body upstairs. All of Khloe's childhood photographs, which include images of her walking, are found in the basement, along with a death certificate for a girl named Khloe, who passed away 2 hours after her birth. She also finds an article about a couple, who had their newborn baby stolen from the same hospital. Diane suddenly descends the stairs. Khloe accuses her of deliberately making her sick, and demands the truth. When Khloe accuses Diane of poisoning her, Diane argues that everything she has ever done has been to aid and protect Khloe. Diane also states that she saved Khloe, while filling a syringe with paint thinner, in the hopes that it will help Khloe forget. Khloe quickly crawls away, and locks herself in a closet. After realizing that Diane wants to kill her, Khloe consumes the contents of an organophosphate container out of fear, forcing Diane to take her to the hospital. Khloe is intubated and hardly able to move as she awakens in a hospital bed. Diane begs the physicians to let her daughter go, but they refuse, until Khloe has been assessed by a mental health specialist. A nurse responds to Khloe's signal by bringing her a crayon and a paper. Before Khloe could write "Mom" on the paper, a code blue is called, and the nurse leaves. Taking advantage of the situation, Diane sneaks in with a revolver, and ties Khloe to a wheelchair, in order to escape. When the nurse finds the bed empty, and the word "Mom" written on the paper, she alerts hospital security about the situation. As a terrified Diane frantically searches for an exit, Khloe is able to keep the chair in place by adjusting her foot. Diane asks Khloe to come home with her, but Khloe responds that she doesn't need her anymore. Diane is cornered and points her gun at the security guards. She is shot in the arm, which causes her to fall down the steps. Diane is taken into custody, as help arrives for Khloe. After 7 years, an adult Khloe still needs her wheelchair, despite being able to walk a short distance with a cane. She visits Diane in a prison, who is confined to a bed in the infirmary ward, and talks about the life she created for herself, including her husband, kids, and career. She suggests that Khloe rejoin with her birth family, by mentioning her children's preferences for their grandparents. Khloe pulls out 3 plastic-wrapped lidocaine pills from under her tongue, and tells Diane that she loves her, before asking her to open her mouth wide.